Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my SnowRunner hard mode playthrough. We are picking up exactly where we left off in the previous episode, where we had completed the repairs of this wooden bridge. Currently still sat in the Thatcher Force, but I'm going to immediately switch over to the Zix. Carry on with the plan as I described, but let's just start driving and I can talk about it as we go then. For anybody that may not have caught the end of the last episode. The coastline ahead of me on the other side of this lake, where you can see the waypoint, that's basically the direction I'm going. And I'm going to make my way to the warehouse on the southeast corner of this map. But I'm going to go there first of all in the Zix, as a kind of try and scout the route without having a trailer on and without being in the force. We'll use the Zix as a sort of heavy scout. But it's not just to use the Zix for scouting, it's also because I want to take the Zix through the gateway in that same corner of the map and do the recovery task that unlocks the metal roll warehouse near the gateway in Grainwoods River. Because I believe if I get a viable route here, I'm gonna grab all 10 of those metal rolls and bring them through to this map. I've done some kind of maths. I'm pretty sure that I can spare those. So I'm just checking this route out. That doesn't look as bad as I thought it might be. I thought this might be a rocky ledge, but it's just a stony beach, so that should be okay for the force. Famous last words, I know, but I think this terrain should be navigable for the force. And then the next thing will be, there's a patch of rocks. So I'm proving the route with the Zix, but then I will crack on with the force doing the first 6-slot recovery out of the warehouse before carrying on with the Zix. So I need to find a route through here. Tire tracks is reassuring. How deep is... Right, okay. Fair bit of suspension damage on a buried tree in a puddle. So be aware of that one, but the puddle wasn't too deep, not too bad. And then down here, continue on. Is that a dead end or does that trail go somewhere? Engine off, handbrake on, let's have a quick look at the map. So it looks like there was tracks coming up this way. Question is there anything that lets me get through here? No, I think... I think looking at the terrain, I'm just going to pan the camera around a little bit. Looking at the terrain. So I'm now looking at the map upside down. Looking at the terrain, I think discretion might be the better part of valor. Maybe come up this way. Couple of nasty gullies, isn't there? It's not an obvious route into that warehouse. But that just means that there's a route I haven't found yet, I think. This looks frankly like a dead end. To me. Especially in terms of taking lots of cargo trips through it. I could probably make my way through, but I'm looking for a route that I can comfortably take the force with a 4-slot trailer and bring it back full of cargo. And I don't think that dead end was a good idea. So let's have a look up this way. There's a few rocky hazards on the path. So the last couple of edits, or the last couple of videos that I've edited, I have noticed my voice breaking quite often, quite a lot, which is obviously unfortunate. But basically, I haven't really completely shaken off the cough that I've had lingering since I had COVID a few weeks ago. So apologies for that. The last couple of videos, my voice has been breaking down in a way that I'm not happy with. So yeah, apologies for that if that triggered anybody. I don't feel bad. I've got a lingering cough, and I hadn't really realised when I was playing the last couple of sessions that my voice wasn't really very good. Trying to be more conscious of that. I don't know if this is right. Again, tyre tracks, but are they helpful? That's quite the corner. Probably should mark on the map where I'm trying to get to, but that does look like I am now on a route that will get there. So there's one bit that I had to go through some trees to get to, but other than that, it's just rough terrain, occasional rocky patches, and yeah, see, that's not a road by any stretch. Probably doable though. I don't think that's too dangerous in the course. Right, so that's the warehouse. What I'm going to do for a minute, I'm not going to take the Zix through to the other map yet. I'm going to leave it here in case it needs to support / rescue the force. But then I'm going to switch to the force and do the same route, but with a trailer. So there's been, as I mentioned in the previous episode, there's been a patch from the devs, and there's been a couple of comments both on my videos and on Friday's videos, and if you haven't checked out Friday's videos yet, you should, because the last couple especially infuriating for him and very entertaining for us as viewers, and I can so empathize with that. It's nice to look at it from the other side of the lens for once, but anyway, definitely should have a look, I think. But the patch, so they've made, it's a bit strange because all they really say in the patch notes is that they've made a cosmetic change to the step pike sideboard bed, that it's now attached to the truck in the right way round. But they've done more than that. They've done more than cosmetics, because not only does it attach in the right way round, it also now fits a trailer, crane and sideboard Holy Trinity combination quite well. I did some testing on my normal save and it drives quite nicely. But they've also, I think, I haven't seen anybody else mention this, but it's my opinion, having done a fair bit of testing with it on my normal save this morning, I think they fixed the steering lock. I was previously saying that it had a pretty weak turning circle, and I think they've increased the steering lock on it so that you now have a pretty conventional, for that size truck, nice tight turning circle. So it's much more manoeuvrable, and I enjoy driving it a lot more. So it's on this map. I have been using it on this save early in the series, and this will make me want to use it even more. Because yeah, it's a much more drivable truck in my opinion now that they've done that. Plus it does the Holy Trinity, so essentially, apart from the fact it's got the small blue crane, it can do everything that this one's doing. And it's got that roof rack, so it's just moved up the pecking order for me, just because it's a lot more drivable with that tighter steering lock. So I thought I'd mention that in case anybody hasn't tried it. There's also a Year 3 pass for this game is available on Steam and PlayStation. I am sure it's on all of the platforms now, I guess. But yeah, Year 3 pass, and if you buy it on Steam, certainly, you get access to a vinyl pack that looks pretty cool. Don't know if I actually need that. Maybe I'll just whack it into low, stick the dip lock on. Yeah, see how easily the trouble is, I've got lots of things, usual story, right? I've got lots of things to winch to, none of them any use. Let's take that to that. That should help. This bit of forward angle. So yeah, the Year 3 pass gives you access to a vinyl wrap, and I'm not too worried about the vinyl wrap. The only truck I've got, I think, that the vinyl wrap can be used with is the Kodiak, which I quite like, the Kodiak. I haven't used it for anything other than a fuel bunker, and mine's currently in Yukon. I haven't decided to bring it here as of yet. Right, so this is the corner I need to turn up. I need to not tip myself over with this dolly trailer on. Slide along that rock a little bit. There we go. So yeah, a little bit of movement from the devs this week. A patch for the base game, or for the Phase 8 content, and bug fixes, which is always good. Still doesn't fix my... Well, I've only really got one... I've got the terrain glitch, which is just annoying, but I don't worry about it too much, because it doesn't affect gameplay, it's just cosmetic. And then I've got the... if I sell a truck, even though this is hard mode, since Phase 8, if I sell a truck, I get 100% of its value. Other people don't get that bug, so there's something about my save, probably a legacy of me manually editing the save to allow me to continue my series before they issued an official patch. I'd have waited and just cancelled my series for a week. I probably would have had that. That bug wouldn't have occurred. It's probably something that I've done. But a patch and a Year 3 pass. And I watched Ben from A Tribe Called Cars. I watched his sort of news video on the Year 3 pass, and he seems to think that the wording of some of the press release, or some of the wording on the Steam page about it, implies a decision that this Year 3 pass will be the last one for this game. So effectively SnowRunner, 3 years, 12 expansions, odd little extra DLCs as and when, but that would be it. And presumably that means that they're looking at the next game in the franchise. I'm going to cut this corner because that was quite a nasty corner in the trail of the road. So I'm going to see about coming across here. Oops, no, and then steer downhill to try and avoid tipping. No. No. Yeah, that was a mistake. So I was trying to avoid that bad corner back there, but I should have turned down like to the right of where I am now. That's a smoother piece of terrain. But almost like I thought that might happen. Zix is still sat here, ready to help. Year 3 pass is £21 UK. I don't know what it is in other currencies, which I think is reasonably priced for what you're getting. But at the moment, I haven't bought it, and I probably, given that I'm following the seasons more or less in order, I probably will buy it, because going off to season 8 was good for me, good for the channel, and I got the pike out of it. So yeah, I probably will buy it. Right. See about getting you back on your wheels, mate. You don't mind. That was my fault, trying to come at what I couldn't see what that was, but that's like a rocky bank, and it didn't have the give in it to allow me to do what I was doing. So I should have turned down that slope a little bit earlier. Maybe take it from there. If nothing else, I'll just drag it more onto the flat so that I can get 90 degrees to it. Don't know that this is the right angle. Let's just move the camera a bit so that I can see I'm connecting to the right one. Then put this up here. So this is a more prominent trail. Just have a quick look at where this one's likely to go. Yeah, it's not an obvious route to get to this warehouse across this from this beach, is it? Or map's upside down again. Still. Yeah. Very interesting terrain. But maybe in terms of coming out, it would be better to come across here and get to the logging camp from this side and then down. Back into the force. Carry on. This was the bit I actually thought was dodgy. What I'm about to do. So try and turn up here. Is there anything I can winch to make this safer? No, no. There's nothing on the high side of me because those are just going to pull out. I kind of feel like it's a sharp right hand lock, low with a diff lock on. Done it. But that tree's in my way. That's actually a slightly... Oh, maybe I'll go between the trees. No. Yes? No? Trailer, follow me nicely. I definitely think that the route I've marked up on the map is better, safer, more sensible. So let's try that on the way out. Not a trivial route, but it's fun. Let's it is daytime. It's like afternoon, but it's quite dark here. I must be on the shady side of the mountain. Right. Usual story. Manipulate the trailer by attaching it to the side of the truck. Concentration means I don't talk so much, do I? Right. So this line, right onto there, nice and tight. And then trailer can go that way a bit. You don't get a lot of steerage in reverse doing this model normally, depends on the terrain, but yeah, it's pretty much going straight back regardless of what you steer. But you can turn it going forwards. Leave the trailer there. Move myself away from it a little bit. Right, so we're going to load up here 2 cement, 4 metal rolls. Let's get it done. And I've been jump cutting to when this is loaded, because I don't cut out driving, but I don't think that crane loading 6 slots is particularly good viewing. It's not very interesting to commentate on. So I've started doing a little bit more jump cutting of this. So I'll see you guys when this is finished loading. Right, we're back. That's the last metal roll. Beautiful. I am going to restore the crane. I'm also going to take all of the fuel out of my roof supplies into the truck, because I was starting to get a bit low there. And then we'll attach this trailer and confirm our route out, and off we go. Attach it and pack. Engine off. Just double check that I know what I'm doing here. So past the Zix. I don't know what this, I guess it's going to be around there. Try and maneuver through this. And then the same way that I got through the trees earlier. Should be okay. Bit of a sharp left-hand bend there to take. And I didn't think the rest of that route was too bad then. See how we do. Lights are still on. It feels like dusk. It probably is dusk by now, to be fair, but it's kind of felt like dusk all day, really. So 2 lots of cement, 4 lots of metal rolls. There's another 6 cement in this warehouse that I've left, which I assume will be used for brick manufacture. I don't think I need it for the factory, unless I need it for stage C. But either way, it's closer to the sand and brick factories, so therefore I'll probably use that for bricks. I would much rather have a 4-slot sideboard trailer, because I always feel vulnerable with this flat bed, or any flatbed for that matter, that if you do tip enough to unpack the cargo. Quite often the sideboard bed will at least hold it in enough that you can repack it if you're lucky. Let's work this into low with a diff lock. Even though this doesn't look like wet ground, it is obviously spinning a bit. You can get a bad camber and lose the cargo off these red trailers quite easily, even if the truck is safe. Ooh, left. Right. It's quite a tight bend as well. I'm recording this on Sunday morning, so this will be the Monday video, but recorded Sunday morning. And here in the UK, we got a light dusting of snow. The news call it a severe weather snap, and it's like outdoors right now is -1 degree Celsius. And about an inch of snow, if that. And obviously, in countries that actually get snow, that would be quite laughable, really. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this route either, really. This is gullies rather than tracks, isn't it? Which is always a tip hazard. Come on. Am I on a proper tree there? I think so. Yeah, one to be aware of when because I will end up coming in here for logs. Not a very nice bit of terrain. That's my tyre tracks from when I came in, so I'll follow them down. Not seeing many alternatives, but I'm not entirely comfortable with that route. The brake's working hard. Rock hazard there, but I am narrow enough to sneak between them. And then a sharp left-hand bend here. I'm going to crack the handbrake on and turn the engine off because I want to see what this lot is. Where am I? Okay, so that's the farm that you've got to rescue the, or where we got the Pacific, but also there's a white Western Star there. Yeah, okay, I know where I am now. I saw that terrain and thought that looks a bit weird. Right, I've somehow got to turn up here. So I'm going to try and back it up a bit at the same time. And pull my nose. Using that winch, pull my nose round to the left a little bit. But there is also a big old rock right in front of me. Shut out the way, maybe. Almost. Just squeeze past that tree and I'll be good. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a fan of using this route at the moment, considering my next intention for it was to bring multiple... What's that? Is there something in... Is there something in there? Is that what I did my suspension damage on? With the Zix on the way in. My next plan was to use this to get 10 lots of metal rolls out of that other factory. And at the moment, I am not a massive fan of this route. I'm going to do my best not to rage about useless winch points. I'm glad so many of you agreed with me about that. I know I lost it a little bit. I lost my cool. But I'm glad so many of you agreed that those winch points are useless and are just... What's the point of them? I'm getting really low on fuel. How low? 74 litres. Is that enough to get me back to civilization? A harder route than I expected it to be, that, to be fair. But then it's hard mode challenge. Has been pointed out this morning in a comment. If I don't think it's hard yet, Amur will disabuse me of that notion that it's too easy. So... yeah, this particular map isn't a driving challenge, but Amur will be. This bit of the route I'm happy with. I think this is the right approach to get to that corner. I just need to find a better way to get onto the trails that lead to the warehouse, quarry and gateway. I intentionally went a little bit wider than the track there because I want to turn left a bit easier. There we go. We are back on asphalt, baby. Engine off. Another quick screenshot just to give me some choices. And then cargo. So the 2 cement. And then the 4 metal rolls. And it's auto picked. But I do want to put it into the one that only requires 6 rather than the one that needs 12. Because it gives me a better chance of finishing that a little bit early. Now, I said I was going to do the Zix, didn't I? What's my fuel like now? 20 litres. I'm not going to get to the garage, am I? But the garage is... Would I get to the garage in 20 litres? Nope. So, rather than worrying about running out of fuel right now, let's take the Zix through and do what I said I was going to do, which is down past here. Well, I guess, given where I am, all I need to do with the Zix is find this trail. So maybe try and come through here. Pick up this trail, get to the gateway, and have a look at unlocking the warehouse on the other map, which is a vehicle recovery. I forgot there was a big steep bank behind me. Mad. Wrong button. Somehow I've got to get fuel to that force anyway. But that might be the thing that prompts me to actually finally bring the other Tatra, the Phoenix, through. Yeah, easy. Easy money. Brainwoods River. Not been here for a little while. So, out of nowhere. This is the one we want to do. And it is a White Western Star. Needs repair points as well. And fuel and wheels. That might make it a bit more challenging. But really, it shouldn't be a difficult drive. So Zix is going to come around this way. And at the very least, drag the thing back where it needs to be delivered. It says fix it, but I'm assuming that it's got to be delivered back to the same place. Deliver it to the parking lot. Warehouse parking lot, yes. So drag it back there and then I'll worry about whether I've got enough repair points to fix it. I've got, looks like a full roof of repair points. I'm not sure if I've got enough wheels though. It needs 6, that's a bit more than I carry, I think. And he zagged when I should have zigged. Bit of a dark and dreary drive on the way in, so I'll time-lapse all of that. But there is... Oh, it's a fuel truck. Oh, that's mean. You can't access fuel add-ons. Might not even be full, mind, but... Oh, I'll want the fuel. It's probably empty. Been on its side in the river for a while. Ecological disaster. If I'd have known about that, I'd have done it earlier. The poor fish. Give the rivers a chance. Right. Handbrake. Am I close enough to get anything to it? Yes, I am. And it's full. That fuel add-on is full and I can't access any of it. Oh, developers. How cruel. I think that's very mean. It's funny. 1,800 litres of fuel in that will be. Make sure I'm on my way out. I mean, I know there's a trail there, but I don't remember it being a particularly good trail anyway. I think I'll just stick to what I did. If I mended it now, I could get its engine to help me a little bit, but... So, repair. Wheels will make it... I've only got 2. I haven't got full roof supplies. So, yeah, I can only carry 2 wheels. So then if I chuck a little bit of fuel in it... Its gearbox is knackered though. It's probably not going to do much good. Right, what's my best chances of filling this up and getting this working? So all of my repair points are gone. How many repair points have I got on the Ford, which is in the other map? Because it's fairly close to the gateway, the Ford. So that's got 380 repair points. It's still not enough. I need nearly 500 plus 4 wheels. But it's probably more maneuverable to take the Ford and Zix down. I've got plenty of fuel here as well, so let's just... I might turn the engine on just because I changed maps, but repair points. I've got 380, I've got 2 wheels. I've also got spare wheels, so I've got all of the wheels needed, plus quite a lot of the points. So let's take this in to the gateway. Because it won't do me any harm to take the Ford and the Zix down to resupply anyway. Right, so we'll do repair points first. And then that's all of my repair points gone. But this truck has now got all of its wheels. It just needs, 93 points left to do. And then fuel. Fuel is done. So let's just put that back on track again. And it's now showing me that it just needs those repair points, 93. So the answer for that is I want to take the Zix and the Ford together. So this is my dilemma with this warehouse. Even before thinking about the route that I just did in the first part of the episode, this warehouse, when it's fixed, according to MapRunner, will have 10 metal rolls in it. And on this map, I can use those here. But there isn't really a good cargo route to get them down to this factory. This warehouse, yeah, okay, that's easy. Once you fix this one, you get 10 metal rolls, they go straight into the factory, job done. But this one is a bit of a weird route to try and get to. So I think these are meant to be taken back on the other map through this gateway. That's my thought process anyway. But somehow I want to get the Zix and the Ford down to the railway station to resupply. I've got the Chevy. Oh, I did bring the Chevy Kodiak through. I forgot that. So the Chevy Kodiak is here. Well, in that case, I might have to buy a paint job for it. Yeah. I don't fancy trying to negotiate that right now. I think if I start that, I'm not going to get there in the amount of time I've got left to record this episode. Right, so I'm going to have to leave this episode here just based on the duration. I will get these 2 trucks down to the resupply depot, around to the garage where the fuel is, and then probably bring the Ford back to fix this White Western Star and drag it into the repair point and complete that task and open up this warehouse. And then the Zix can go back into the other map through the other gateway from the garage area. But all of that's for next episode. So I hope you enjoyed watching this one. I hope to see you in the next one. But in the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.